What's up, everybody? This is Carolina Mike, your host for SharePoint in 60 Seconds, where you get the information you need right up front, and if you want more, stick around for a step-by-step walkthrough. Today, we're going to talk about what really happens when you delete a channel in a Microsoft team. What goes and what stays. Stick around.
I'm a SharePoint expert, play with data extra, careful with my hands cause I gotta use them for work. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd, I like maple syrup, on my pancakes, I don't care what you heard.
Okay, so let's get that timer rolling. First and foremost, two things are going to happen. One, your chat's going to go away. Two, your files are not. Check it out. So let's say you go into this channel, just watch, you see the chat, you're like, okay, I'm okay if that goes away, but I don't want my files to get gone. I need to see them. I need to be able to touch them again. Well, don't worry. Just go ahead and click on delete that channel. Delete channel. Delete. We'll talk about the other stuff later. And then you go in, and if you want to get back to those files, just go to any other channel, and then click on their files tab. Go to open in SharePoint. And then you're going to be able to find that folder. Yeah, that was weird. You'll be able to find that folder right here still. It's not going to be in channels. It's going to be down here in the Insight library. Okay, so let's slow it down a little bit. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty, the gory details. If that's not for you, you got what you need. Totally understand. Otherwise, stick around. And if you got what you need already, please click up here somewhere and visit some other videos. See if you can find something to help you out. Alright, so let's just dig a little bit deeper. There's really not a whole lot more to say, honestly, just besides just sort of recapping it. Thing to keep in mind is that every Microsoft team has a SharePoint site in the background. It's like the data warehouse for the front store of Teams. Teams just shows you the things that you want to be able to see from SharePoint. It shows you some other things too. It gives you access to other tools. However, the file management and all that, the lists and all that jazz is stored in SharePoint. So if you ever want to get to your SharePoint site from any Microsoft team, just go to any channel, and then you're going to go to Files, and in there you're going to see an option to open in SharePoint. That's going to bop you into the channel folder for that Microsoft Teams channel that lives in a document library in SharePoint. The default name for that library is Documents. It's the same default document. Hold on. Sorry about that. My timer was going off. I'm icing my Achilles. Let's get to it. Okay. So, yeah, every team has a SharePoint site, and in that SharePoint site, there's a default Documents library. I just renamed this one to sort of call it out, just in case, let's say you create another document library inside this site that is not meant for housing channel files, then you can easily know that this is the one where channel files are being saved. And you may have noticed that I froze up a little bit during the 60-second intro, and I clicked on MS Teams Documents. That's what takes me to the top level of this doc library so I can see what folders exist. Right now I am in the general folder, so keep that in mind when you bounce out of Teams and you bounce into SharePoint, open in SharePoint, it's going to bounce you into the general channel, or the channel that you were in Teams rather. So if I were in another channel, that would be the folder that I would land in over here. Sometimes it can be confusing, but to get out of that, you either click on the name of the library in the left nav or top, well, yeah, let's just say left nav, or you can click on the name of the library right here. It'll take you to the top so you can see all the folders that exist. Now, if this is a site and that is connected to a Microsoft team, the library behaves in a special way. It will show you a view that has two sections: folders inside channels and folders that just exist in the library. So you can create additional folders that are not connected to a Microsoft Teams channel just by firing off a new folder. If I do that now, it'll pop up down here in Insight Library. If I go back here to the team, create a new channel, then I'm going to get a new folder in here in this library, and it will show up in both of these areas because it will be in a channel. Alright, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into the architecture, how things are stitched together. And so now let's talk about what happens when you delete the channel. So as we said before, deleting a channel really gets rid of all the tabs and gets rid of the chat that you have. However, it does not delete the files. And if we go back, now let's say you delete the channel and then you're thinking, oh snap, I want to get back to those files. Well, you're going to go to any other channel, doesn't matter which one, go to the Files tab, and then open in SharePoint. And it'll take you right back. You're going to be in the folder of the channel that you just went into. But to find the others, the one that you want to recover, just click on the name of the document library here, or click on the link in the left-hand nav, and then we'll be able to see all of those. It would be in the Insight Library section, since it would no longer be inside a channel. Alright, there you go. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for your support. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this, and let us know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see. Alright everybody, remember, do the very best you can with what you got, and SharePoint rocks, so do you. We'll see you next time.
I'm a SharePoint expert, play with data extra. Careful with my hands, cause I gotta use them for work. Yeah, I'm a big old nerd. I like maple syrup on my pancakes. I don't care what you heard.